Hello everyone and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a singles new love reading for Libra. We're going to look at the kind of love you're ready to experience now based on the growth you've already done. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Libras, please. All right, we have the Knight of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag. They're also showing up as Libran energy, the Justice card. They're viewing you as the Ten of Wands. Okay, some of you might work with this person. And we see the Ace of Pentacles, so potential for something solid, stable, secure. And we see the Empress energy. Ooh, you might be calling in another Libra or a Taurus or someone with strong Aries, Leo, Sag in their chart. Wow, Libra. Okay, I'm getting divine counterpart energy. I just got chills here. The Empress energy tells me this person is very creative and very abundant. This is someone who they want to build a life. They want to have something solid, stable, and secure with the right person. Now, this is not somebody who's going to chase, but this is definitely somebody who's going to be very attractive. And with that said, the Knight of Wands tells me that this person is confident. This person is going to, they may make the first move, they may pursue you, but they're going to do it in a very balanced way, okay? They're going to do it in a way that feels good, that feels right. But they're going to be sure first, right? This is not somebody that impulsively jumps from relationship to relationship. Really strong Libran energy here. Of course, they could just have you all up in their energy right now. But the Knight of Wands tells me they're sexy, they're passionate, they're confident. This person may be somebody who enjoys travel. The Empress tells me they're successful, they're abundant, they're extremely well put together. Very, very attractive energy here, Libra. I'm almost getting irresistible energy. Now we see the Nine of Pentacles energy in reverse. Now for a select few of you, this may be somebody here that you meet at a place you like to go back to, but I'm getting in particular like a place like where they're trying to better themselves. So for example, it could be like the gym, right? It could be like a meditation group or something like that. I do feel like this is somebody who's working really hard towards financial independence if they're not already there. This is somebody who's also actively trying to clean up their side of the street, or, I could see this person, possibly having a bit of a dark past. But they've worked really hard to get into a healthy energy, or they're working towards like cutting out bad habits and things like that. But I feel like they're already in that really positive energy, but they're trying to maintain it. So again, they're going to the gym, they're maintaining their appearance, or maybe they quit drinking, a few years back, but they maintain that energy. Okay. And I feel like this is somebody who's working really hard. We see the Nine of Swords. So we see double nines coming through, which is an energy of destiny. For some of you, this person might be a little bit worried about, judgment here, about their past is what I'm getting. Even though I think they're like super high vibrational and they're a really healthy energy now, they might be worried that, that they'll be judged for their past. I'm also getting that this person might be low-key obsessed with you and losing sleep over this connection or over you. I'm also seeing that for some of you, this person might be a little bit worried that they're not good enough for you. Okay, even though they're in this Empress energy, which is somebody who doesn't normally struggle with self-confidence, they do worry that maybe they don't have enough to offer, or they're not as like wealthy as like your previous partners, or not as famous, or not as good looking. Okay. And we see the Two of Wands. So there is an energy of longing. You might be hoping that this person is going to reach out or that they're going to step up. I do see them doing that. But some of my Libras, I do get with this Two of Wands, she's kind of holding back, looking off into the sunset. She's kind of longing, right? Like some of you, you meet this person at a time when you feel like you really need a break, because they're seeing you as the 10 of Wands. So it's like you're working really hard. You have a lot of responsibilities. You might be just like looking forward to your next vacation, or hoping that, you know, whatever, all the stuff that's going on in your life right now, like you're hoping for a little bit of a break or some solace or some respite when you meet this person. I do feel like this is somebody that absolutely wants to help you, you know, bear the weight of the world that you carry on your shoulders. Like they're very partner oriented is what I'm getting. And I kind of get with this 2 of Wands that this might be exactly what, my Libras, you've been waiting for, okay, or you've been hoping for, or you've been longing for in a partner. Okay, so let's see what else we need to know about them. This person's independent, so they have a strong sense of self and self-reliance. I was a little bit worried with that 9 of Pentacles in reverse, like, uh-oh, maybe they're not single. But I'm not seeing that as the case. I'm seeing that this person is single. They're independent. All right. We get life partner energy. Now that is certainly coming through here, especially with Empress and the Justice card here. So a mutual love with a partner who shares your vision for the future. This connection is meant to be long-term. All right. And we see father. Some of you, they either want to be a parent or they may have a child from a previous connection. And we also get that this person, you're connecting with someone of another race, religion, or culture from your own. All right. So with the Justice card, I do think this is somebody that really prioritizes balance and harmony in their life, in their relationships. Some of you, this may be somebody in the past who did counseling or was in counseling. They may currently be a counselor, especially for those of you where this is somebody who has kicked bad habits, or maybe this person was, you know, like just an example, like maybe they used to drink too much, and now they help people, you know, get their life on track. For others of you, maybe this person was out of shape or unhealthy in the past, and now they help people, you know, achieve balance and achieve their goals, that type of energy. But it doesn't have to be the case. I just kind of feel like this person is very balanced, and this is someone that people come to for advice because they're steady, because they're an anchor, emotionally intelligent. I also feel they're extremely well put together. So you're going to like the way they dress, the way they present themselves. We also see that you and them may meet online. We do get gym rat. So for some of you, that message about like improving themselves, working out, being healthy, that's really on track here. But for others of you, it's just somebody here who takes care of their appearance, you know, wants to be healthy, wants to look good, feel good. And we do see shorter than average. Now remember, these really specific messages are not going to resonate with all of you, but they certainly will be confirmation for some of you. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So we see shorter than average and curvy coming through. Whatever their lines or their curves may be here, Libra, you are going to be very physically attracted to this person. All right. And shorter than average can also indicate that they're just shorter than whom you normally date. Of course, it could also just be that they're shorter than the average person, right? That, you know, in your area, because that can differ, right? If you're in Denmark versus, you know, Mexico or something like that. Okay, no judgment there, but you know, like different people. The shorter than average is, you know, in Denmark, I think like the average person is like 6'4" or something like that. No, I'm being a little bit facetious there, but you know what I'm trying to say. All right, let's go ahead and see what else we need to know. All right, they may be an official person, okay? They may hold an official title. Again, I do feel like this person is very well-dressed. I feel like they pay attention to details. I feel like they're professional. I feel like they're very respected. All right, we see thief energy in reverse, and most likely they're really respected because they're somebody who's honest. They're somebody that, you know, does things above board. They do things right. You know, they're morally grounded, they're integrous, they're honest, they're transparent, and we see family room energy in reverse. Now, for some of you, I do see that this person may want to have a family. okay? Or they want to build family. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they want to have children or they have children, but it means they want that type of stability. They want that care, okay? And I feel like for a lot of my Libras, you are exactly what they've been waiting for, or vice versa. They're what you've been waiting for. All right, so let's go ahead and see what else we need to know. What else we need to know about this person. All right, so they may have dreams about you. All right, we also, you know, when I get this card, it can also indicate that there may be a sense of deja vu, either for you or for them when you two get together or you meet up. Ooh, they like to wear the color red, so they wear red items frequently. They might be wearing red when you meet them. We know we see her in a red top. We see the Empress in a red top. Okay, so again, most likely a red shirt, but it could be like a red sweatshirt, red shoes, things like that. Okay, they grew up in a better than average household, okay, for some of you. Now take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And they may wear a meaningful accessory. Now this could be something they've picked up in their travels, something that brings them luck, something handmade or that was made for them, or something that was handed down to them. And at the bottom of the deck, we do see for some of you, this person may have tattoos. If they do have tattoos, I feel like this person might kind of like keep them hidden. So like they, you know, they might like wear a suit to work, but when they roll up their sleeves, you can see tattoos, or they take their clothes off, you see tattoos. All right, I don't know why that was making me smile. Because I guess it also, like, this person is like professional and like well put together. And not to say that tattoos aren't professional and well put together, or someone with tattoos is not those things, but I feel like there's two sides to them as well. Like there's this very professional and very elegant side, but then there's also this very grounded and sexy, softer side. We get the 10 of Wands is how they're viewing you, Libra. So again, it feels like you could work with this person, or they see you, or they come into your life at a time when you're really feeling overwhelmed. But that doesn't stop them from seeing you as their 2 of Cups. They see you as their person. They see you as the person that brings them balance. All right, and we see the 7 of Swords. I think this person is your secret admirer, or they might start off that way. I also feel that with the 7 of Swords here, this person is going to feel like you're a little bit elusive, or it's hard to gain access to you, or hard to really truly get to know you. And not because of your personality, but because it kind of just feels you've got so much going on. So again, this person might make a few attempts to kind of get close to you, or to get closer to you. Now we see the 3 of Wands here. This is how you're feeling. Now this is an energy of waiting. So for a lot of my Libras, this may be exactly what you've been waiting for. The 3 of Wands also indicates there could be distance here in this connection, if it's an online connection. So it might be that they're in a different city, state, or country. It could also indicate somebody here does a lot of traveling. So they travel for work. They travel, or they just travel a lot, or you do. But I'm also getting the 3 of Wands is like you're not going to be immediately shutting down your other options, right? If you have other options. And some of you, again, you kind of feel like a need to not rush into things because you've just got so much else going on in your life, which actually probably makes you that much more attractive to this person. All right, so let's see what else we need to know. We see guide. Okay, so they see you as a guide, as someone they look up to. All right, they see you as somebody who's not superficial. And again, they kind of play that role as well in some or many aspects of their life, so they do like that. We see femme fatale, so an extreme attraction to you, Libra. I do think it's going to be mutual. So we see that the femme fatale archetype highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. So what I'm getting here is like more so this person just feels like you're super sexy. Again, whether you identify as the masculine or the feminine, yes, we all have both of those, but this is just somebody who sees you as well respected, somebody that people come to for wisdom and a source of knowledge, and incredibly attractive. They also see you as the dilettante, and I love this because I always think of Libran energy with this archetype. that you delight in the arts without having to be a professional, and alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. What I like about that is this person sees that you have a life outside of this, right? Even if you're feeling overwhelmed, even if you have a lot of responsibilities, you know, they like that you like to read or listen to books, like you listen to different types of music, that you enjoy art, movies, film, like whatever it might be. They love that you have these interests, and they might really love your particular interests, whether they're the same as theirs or not. Okay, so they see you as cultured, they see you as vibrant, they see you as alive, you know, someone who is multifaceted. Now, we see there's a lot of potential here, Libra, with the Ace of Pentacles for this connection to become something solid, stable, and secure. All right, and we see that presence before promise. This connection prioritizes now over outcome, which I love. This person has also learned to stay present, and I think that you two are going to be very grounded in the present, not trying to overly project into the future, although it does look like this person absolutely wants a future, and that's what they're looking for, but at the same time, they're not going to try to rush it or like skip over any steps, and I think that's going to feel really good for you as well. All right, and we see this connection moves through unknown territory, clarity develops with time. Yeah, so again, this might feel like very foreign or alien to you in some ways. It feels really good, but especially my Libras who have experienced some toxic or chaotic connections or relationships. Okay, and this connection enters through a shared responsibility, goal, or collaborative effort. Alignment forms as you move towards something meaningful together. So that could be through shared work or purpose. I did get that earlier, like you might meet this person through work, which doesn't necessarily mean you're coworkers, but it could be, you know, you briefly work on a project together, or it could be that, you know, you know this person from a place where you go have lunch when you're at work or something like that. This connection feels familiar on an energetic level, awakening a sense of recognition beyond logic. So real soulmate energy coming through, especially with that Two of Cups, divine counterpart energy, the Justice card. You know, we're definitely in soulmate, twin flame type energy. All right, and we see to mirror your inner world. Now that makes so much sense because we have so much Libran energy coming through, whether they're a Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising or not. But this makes so much sense because this person reflects aspects of yourself that ask to be acknowledged, accepted, and integrated. Beautiful energy. All right, let's go ahead and see what else we need to know about this person or this connection. What else do we need to know about this person or this connection, please? All right, benefit of the doubt. Okay, give your relationship a chance. Okay, so give this person a chance. Again, some of you might kind of overlook this, or again, they might make a few attempts to kind of get close to you, and I can see my Libras being like, I'm just too busy right now, or I, you know, not really notice at first, even though I do think you'll notice, right? But the energy is fun and lighthearted, but uncertain. So this person might tease you, or there may be some uncertainty at the beginning of this connection. Not sure if you want this, not sure if you're ready, not sure if you're compatible. Spirit saying the beauty here is, this is one of my favorite cards in a relationship spread, is healthy space and room to breathe. And I feel like that's going to be so refreshing for my Libras. And we also see dreams come true. Have faith, your rainbow will come smiling through. Beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and see what else we need to know. Anything else we need to know here? Any important dates or times? Any important dates or times? All right, January. So that could be Capricorn, Aquarius energy. Maybe you met them back in January. Maybe someone here is born in January. I know some of you aren't, you know, you could be a Libra rising or something like that. But pay attention to the month of January, important to this connection, and in the coming months, so it doesn't feel like it's too far off. All right, my lovely Libras, I'm going to leave it here. I'm sending you love and light. Take care.